Methods. We're going to look at question 6 from exercise 14H. It says sketch the graph of cos x, so that's the basic cos graph between negative 2 pi and 2 pi. Now we know the the normal cos graph looks like this. Positive cos graph looks like that. You're starting at the maximum, then you go to the median, minimum, median, maximum. Now the normal period, well, the amp is 1 in this case because the number in front of the cos x is 1. And the period is 2 pi over n. N's the number in front of the variable, which is just 1. So it's 2 pi on 1, which is just 2 pi. Okay, so essentially it's asking us to draw two cycles of it. Okay, so this is y, this is my x. I know my amplitude's 1, so I'm just going to bounce between 1 and negative 1. So, and I know that my period is 2 pi, so I'm just going to split this into quarters, or 2 pi into quarters. So this will be pi on 2, 3 pi on 2, okay? And then you can do it for the other side, the negatives. So negative pi on 2, negative pi, negative 3 pi on 2, negative 2 pi, okay? And then we draw a graph. So we first go there. First go maximum, median, minimum, median, max. Okay, so that's my first cycle, first graph drawn, and then obviously we continue the pattern, and we should get like this. Okay. We should always label endpoints. So this is 2 pi 1 and negative 2 pi 1. Now it says on the graph, mark the points where the y coordinate is a half. It gives us associated x values. Okay, so what's actually asking me to do is if I were to draw a line here, y equals a half is over it like this. Okay, if I draw a straight line. It's asking you what the corresponding x value is. If so, this is half, and the second part was asking if it was negative half, what would the x values be? So just solving an equation, you're just trying to find intersection between y equals a half and y equals cos x, and y equals negative half and y equals cos x. Okay, so you're just trying to solve the equation. So let's do this. We want cos x equals to a half, solve it. Between this domain, negative 2 pi and 2 pi. So cos of what gives you a half? The basic angle is going to be pi on 3. Now, I know that cos is positive in the first and fourth quadrant, so that's theta, that's 2 pi minus theta. Okay, so my solutions would be pi on 3, because that's my theta, and 2 pi minus theta is 2 pi minus pi on 3, which is 5 pi on 3. Now we're not done yet because we're solving between negative 2 pi and 2 pi. So if we go once around the circle in the positive direction, this gives me that solution. But if I go backwards, I should get two other solutions. Okay, if I go backwards this way around, I should get two more solutions. How do I get more solutions? I just subtract 2 pi from my first two solutions. So 5 pi on 3 minus 2 pi is negative pi on 3. And pi on 3 minus 2 pi is negative 5 pi on 3. The interesting about cos is the solutions will be symmetrical. Okay, so if you have 5 pi on 3, you get a negative version of it. If you have pi on 3, you get a negative version of it. Okay, so the positions are, okay, so here would be my 5 pi on 3, a half. Here would be my pi on 3, a half. Here would be my negative pi on 3, a half. Oops, let's keep going. Here would be my negative 5 pi on 3, a half. So essentially what the question is asking is like what's the intersection point basically. Similarly for the next section, uh, part C, you're trying to find cos x equals negative a half. Now, cos is negative in the second and third quadrants. Okay, so that's pi plus theta, or pi minus theta, sorry, pi minus theta, and this is pi plus theta. So my both solutions would be 4 pi and 3 and 5 pi and 3. Not 5 pi and 3, sorry. 4 pi, 2 pi and 3, and then 4 pi and 3. 2 pi and 3 and 4 pi and 3. Okay, and to get my other solutions, I subtract 2 pi. So you should know that you get negative versions of the solution. So this will be negative 2 pi and 3 and negative 4 pi and 3. Okay. So all you need to do now is just label them. So this would be negative 4 pi and 3, negative half. This will be negative 2 pi and 3, negative half. This will be 2 pi and 3, negative half. And finally, okay, I'm labeling the wrong places. Okay, it should be here. Not labeling in tips. So this should be here. And this should be referring to here with the intersect. And finally, this would be 4 pi and 3 half, negative half. Like that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the question's actually asking you to do.